this must be a weird time of month for me because I'm definitely smelling a little bit of cat urine sort of scent, which I usually don't get with this at all. Hey you guys, I'm Holly with Perfume Vegas. Welcome back to my Perfume closet. It's slightly messier than it is before, or has been before, because I've been organizing, and to get things organized I have to make a huge mess first. Sometimes it just stays a huge mess. That's neither hither nor yon. So I am going to be talking today about probably the rarest fragrance that I own. And that's kind of like a misnomer, because to my understanding, from what I understand, the fragrance itself is not rare, it's just the packaging. So we're going to talk about that. This was requested. I really like this idea, and I thought I would go into depth on this particular fragrance just because there's some things that I think are, there's some misunderstandings out there. So what I am talking about, of course, is Bond No. 9, the Saks Fifth Avenue Las Vegas edition. This fragrance is a limited fragrance. It only comes in 100 ml size, and it has Swarovski crystals adorning the flacon, as well as the box forming the image of a dice that has the number 9 on it. So the box itself has Swarovski crystals. It says Saks Fifth Avenue, Las Vegas here, as well as the fragrance and the size, just like every other every other Bond No. 9 bottle. I'm going to show you for comparison my Nuits de NoHo. So as you see, there is the information here. There's the scent and the size. This is for a 50 ml bottle. This is for a 100 ml. So when you look at the back, the Bond No. 9 is notorious for being difficult to it's just being difficult about batch codes as well as item numbers, etc. So as you see, you can see here the barcode and the sticker that tells about the product. This Nuits de NoHo was ordered off of the Bond No. 9 website, and the Saks Fifth Avenue was purchased at the Saks Fifth Avenue Bond No. 9 counter, which is why its barcode looks slightly different here and the sticker there. The bottle itself is matte black. It's glass. The lid is pretty standard, except for having 3 Swarovski crystals here. And then this little hang tag is on a wire tag, and it says, there's no way I can show this to you with the light, but it says authentic Swarovski crystals in silver writing. Because of this little wire hang tag, the lid of the fragrance doesn't sit quite down onto there, so I always have to be careful that it's not falling off. Here we have at the bottom, again, the sticker, Saks Fifth Avenue, Las Vegas, Bond No. 9 with the scent, and then you have the product information again on the bottom. Some of the things that I have seen floating around about these fragrances are that there's a limited edition run for each city, and while that may be true for some places, for Las Vegas, I know that they did have an additional run after the first sold out. I don't know if they had more after that, and of course they're closed, so I have no way of checking at this time. But this particular scent, I'm not sure how many were in fact created. I know some people have said for other cities it was 400, so maybe 800, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. The bottles themselves are all handcrafted, so there's where your price gets jacked up, is through the addition of the Swarovski crystals that are hand placed onto each individual bottle. With that being said, I've noticed that there's not too much inconsistency regarding the bottles. So they're definitely, they're professionals doing this. They're not just like slapping crystals on willy-nilly. They're definitely, people who have worked on these for a long time. The fragrance of I'm just gonna talk about this because I think this is a giant freaking elephant in the Bond No. 9 room here. Not that this is something that a lot of people are worried about or concerned about, but I do want to make it clear before anyone starts thinking that they need to try to start getting their hands on these limited edition bottles. The only thing you're getting is the actual flacon itself. Ooh, dropped it. Online, on Fragrantica, on different websites, it talks about this bottle or this fragrance being inspired by Las Vegas. It says the notes are, I'm sorry, I'm so blind, so hold on. Notes of amber, fruits, spices, woods, jasmine, peach blossom, and vanilla. But let me just spritz this. I never spray this, so it smells super good. One of the reasons I really like this is because it smells a lot like Angel. A little bit more floral than Angel, but very similar. I very much like that. But here's the thing. Despite what people try to trick you into believing, despite what it says online or anywhere that you read, the scent in this bottle and the scent in all of these limited edition flacons is Saks Fifth Avenue. I don't know if all of them have Saks Fifth Avenue for her or if some of them have Saks Fifth Avenue for him. I only have been able to find the information for Texas, Miami, and New Orleans, and I know of the 4. There's also at least 3 more. So the sales representative confirmed this when I purchased, that it was a scent that was created for Saks Fifth Avenue. And if you go back to the box, it says right on here that the fragrance inside is Saks Fifth Avenue for her. Okay, I'm gonna get my face out of there. Saks Fifth Avenue for her. So this isn't some special Bond No. 9 fragrance that you need to have if you're a Bond No. 9 fan or collector. The only reason you might want this is for the flacon, especially if it has some meaning to you. For example, I would be interested in picking up the New Orleans version, merely to have it, not because I want the fragrance, but to have the flacon. But again, that's just because I really like the symbolism there. I've talked about how I like New Orleans in previous posts. So the scent itself is beautiful, but it's not unique. It's nothing special. It is the scent of Saks Fifth Avenue for her. I don't own Saks Fifth Avenue for her, but that's literally what it says on the box. So just as we go back to Nuits de NoHo saying what it is here, that's what it says here. So don't feel like you have to get this fragrance because it's something special. It's beautiful. It's just a beautiful bottle. I feel like that's kind of I don't want to be critical of Bond No. 9 because I honestly, it's one of those things where you're going to get a different answer from everybody, and without being able to check batch codes and to like cross-reference, you will probably really never be able to know for sure. I know what the information that I was given by the sales associate when I purchased, and I know what I can see with my own eyes. And so I do think it's a little bit shady for Bond number 9 to indicate that each of these bottles is an original fragrance when that's not the case. There may be changes made. Perhaps they take the DNA of Bond, oh my God. Perhaps they take the DNA of Saks Fifth Avenue for her, and they add or take away from it. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the same. So with that being said, I've seen a lot of comparisons to the fragrances of other Bond number 9. For the Las Vegas scent in particular, I've seen it compared to Fire Island, I've seen it compared to Saks Fifth Avenue for her, and I personally find it very similar to Nuits de NoHo, which is my favorite Bond number 9. That's the clean one. Where's the... there we go. Yeah, they're really similar. Nuits de NoHo is probably even more bold, more robust. It is a little bit more masculine. I've talked about this before, a little bit darker. Perfume Avenue, why do I keep saying that? Saks Fifth Avenue is a little bit lighter, a little bit more soft florals. One person said that it was similar to, it was kind of a cross between Black Orchid from Tom Ford as well as Angel, which on the dry down, I can see that. I can see where they get that. There is some similarities to Black Orchid on the dry down. Bond number 9, Nuits de NoHo, has, again, a lot of similarities to Angel when it's first on the top. But then as it begins to dry down and it begins to dry down into those deeper notes, it does become a little bit darker, a little more animalic. So anyway, that is my review or informational post about the Saks Fifth Avenue Las Vegas. Again, no need. Don't feel like you're losing out on something if you wanted this scent for a collection. If you're a Bond number 9 collector, you're not losing out on a fragrance. Just get the Saks Fifth Avenue for her and you'll have the fragrance. This particular bottle is beautiful, but it was expensive. So yeah. Otherwise, also, always highly recommend Bond number 9 Nuits de NoHo and Bond number 9 Fire Island. So there you go. There's some options if you aren't going to be able to hunt down the New Orleans, Saks Fifth Avenue New Orleans online. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this was interesting. If you have any fragrances from my collection that you would like me to do a specific review on, I'd be happy to. If you're not sure what I have back there behind me, my collection video I will link, and otherwise you can just ask, and if I have it, I will do it, and if not, I'll either try to get a hold of a sample or let you know if I can't. So yeah, I really like doing these type of videos, but I never really know what people want to see in them. So if you want to see more, let me know. Okay, until next time, thank you so much for coming by. I hope that you have a beautiful, blessed day. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep your loved ones close to your heart, and I will see you on the next one.